I just gotta go into here, and then I will save. And then I gotta get Yuzu. Alright, be right back. Okay, Yuzu, we're gonna finish your memories. Huh? Another one of my memories? That makes 3. Feels like the finale. Lead me there right away. If we're together, even those realms won't scare me. Let's go. Here we go. The mirror shows Yuzu's reflection. Seems a little different from the others, like the atmosphere and the area. I never would have found this place myself, even after literal years. Look, let's cut the chatter. I'm just too worked up. Let's go for it. If, hypothetically, I were to die soon, then you should forget about me. A few days ago, the body of Utsuro Hinohara was found in Mirror Lake. Why? Why did Utsuro? No, it hasn't been enough. We didn't spend enough time together. Has Hanasaki seemed gloomier lately? I mean, she got along with Hinohara, so I can understand being depressed, but it's not that kind of gloominess. It's like... The local library isn't enough. They don't have books on this stuff. Seances, necromancy, it all lacks credibility. I don't want this fake occult nonsense. Yuzu, have you been going to class? If I open the gate this way... Today marks a year to the day. Wait for me, Utsuro. I've been studying up this past year. And now I'm going to meet you. I remember it all. How I died, my wish, and everything else. Of course, there's no such thing as black magic. I must have been on the brink, huh? I don't know about that. Everything right now is pretty magic. Phew, I'm kind of exhausted, getting all those memories dumped on me. Once I've sorted things out some more, I'll tell you my history and wish, Mishiro. Oh, are you going up ahead? Take me with you if you do. I feel like there's something very important to this world. Up ahead. Oh, jeez. Wait, I don't know if I'm doing this right. Hold on. Okay, so I'm supposed to go back and... Wait. Oh, no. I'm supposed to go to this person. Open the large door. Oh, this'll be interesting. Someone's there. Once there was a painter. He was known as the mad genius, Rinzo Usui. Huh? You know my grandpa? Wait, Mishiro. It looks like she isn't aware of us. Rinzo had a wife, but he also had a relationship with a servant. With his wife, he had a child, Shinji. With a servant, he had a child, Tamaki. Rinzo's 2 children, born of different mothers. Huh? Tamaki was the illegitimate child of an affair, but because Shinji showed no interest in art, Rinzo's affection was often directed at Tamaki, who did have an interest in the arts. Tamaki learned art from Rinzo, and given deep love, grew in the shadow of the Usui family. But these irregular days couldn't last. When Tamaki turned 12, Rinzo's wife learned of her existence. Rinzo divorced his wife, but gave Tamaki and her mother the same love as ever. Thus far, no tragedy had occurred. But when Tamaki turned 18, Rinzo made an unforgivable mistake. He had a liaison with Tamaki, his own daughter, and impregnated her. Tamaki was deeply wounded and feared Rinzo, and with her mother, she fled from him. But the child she bore had done no wrong, so she decided to birth a child of her father. So Tamaki had a daughter. a daughter between parent and child. Tamaki thought she couldn't live a normal, happy life, but luckily 2 years later she had a proper marriage. Safely having a son with her husband, Tamaki began to get back on her feet. However, she never fully did. The mental wounds Tamaki had suffered went even deeper than she imagined. When her now-grown daughter with Rinzo began doing art at school, Tamaki's old wounds ached. It gave her flashbacks of Rinzo, of what fear she had of him. Tamaki struggled to give her daughter affection. It took all she had not to take out negative emotions on her. Tamaki's mind quickly crumbled under the weight. And one day, Tamaki killed her daughter. Tamaki fell to pieces. She came to feel animosity, not only toward Rinzo, but all the Usuis. Unable to see any hope ahead, she fell upon the despair behind. Rinzo died of natural causes a few years later, and while she had the right to his inheritance, she refused to take it. She wouldn't even let it go to the eldest son, Shinji. Then at last, Tamaki, who had kept living despite having broken long ago, met her end. When she learned the son she had with her husband was becoming friends with Shinji's daughter. You mean... Tamaki tried to take out Shinji's daughter, the Usui who dared come near her pure son. But when she drove madly down the road to kill her, she ran over her own son by mistake. Tamaki realized that this was the end, so she took her own life to escape the despair. No way. That's so messed up. That woman's soul is now bound here. Unlike the other souls, the world is forcing her to be here. Tamaki's soul is now bound in death, so that she can't escape, but must face the facts. This is surely my punishment. I've gone on for a while. I can't see or hear you, but I know you're there. I don't know who you are, but go now. Let's go, Mishiro. We shouldn't stay here any longer. Should we return to the usual place? With Tamaki's story, I've realized something. Huh? You found a similar place past a mirror with Ryotaro's memories? I see. Then you should go there first. What I have to say can wait. Tamaki killed Utsuro, but I thought Utsuro just drowned herself in the lake because she wanted to kill herself in general. I don't know. I don't really get this. I gotta get this guy's thing real quick. Hold on. Shall we return to the usual place? Especially after Rinzo's story, I need to talk to you. What? Yuzu got her memories back too? Then it feels the story's coming to a close. Now let's return. Good idea, Ryotaro. Oh, it's time for the best ending, even though the last ending was pretty good. Say, Mishiro, do you think you can open this door? You opened that other one, right? I'm sure this will open for you too. You think you can open this big door? You had no trouble with the one in the back of that realm. Surely you can open it if you put your mind to it. Thanks, guys. You're my bestest friends. Let's go. So it did open. Now the next path for you to take is clear. You just ended up saving our butts this whole time, huh, Mishiro? Without you, I doubt we'd have found any mirrors. You have the right to know what I know. In fact, I want you to know. I need to talk to you. I know a thing or two about your parents. I need to tell you some things too. About who I am and why I'm here. And about Tamaki's daughter. Wait! Who's this? Get out. Stop. Don't meddle anymore. Give back my world. It's Utsuro. Run, you two, through the door! Whoa! Is it chasing us? We'll talk later, just run us somewhere we can hide. Oh god. Oh, I hate these persons! Why are you— wait. I think he's stuck. Oh. Okay. That was anticlimactic. I will just talk to you now. Don't make a guy over 30 run for it. I'm gonna die. What? Really? Looks like we've gotten away for now. I'ma listen to Yuzu. Okay, let's get started. Phew, are we safe here? I don't sense her chasing anymore. What in the world was that? I'm about to explain it. I know who that is. Say what? I'm Yuzu Hanasaki, a middle schooler who committed suicide at 15 at Mirror Lake. The reason I killed myself was, to put it bluntly, to meet a girl I loved. Someone had killed her at Mirror Lake. It made me extremely sad. So I read all these books on black magic, and killed myself to go to the afterlife. To die at the same place, exactly a year later. It said that would work. I think it's a different afterlife than what the book meant, but ultimately I came to this world. But it seems there was something to be gained here. That girl, she always said she was someone who shouldn't have existed. I always found it weird and wondered why it was. But I found out now. She was born between a girl and her own father. Between Tamaki Hinohara and Rinzo Usui. Her very birth was taboo. That shadow was Utsuro Hinohara. Even as she is, I can tell clearly. Because my wish was to meet Utsuro one more time. Utsuro Hinohara. That's Ayato's. But to look the way she does now, I wonder what the story's there. But I can't go away just yet. I need to talk to Utsuro more directly, or my wish won't be considered granted. Give it back. That voice. Let's get moving. We can't have a chat now, so run. Okay. Feels like she's gonna keep chasing, and give back what anyway? Utsuro, we gotta get out of here, guys. We gotta run. Ah, great. Oh! Are you stuck already? I think she's already stuck. We're fine. Just... Whew. Guess this sounds better than I thought. She's really stubborn, isn't she? If it were me, I'd have thrown in the towel after all that chasing. Wait a minute. I'm reaching my limits. Let me rest a little. Oh, I have to... Okay, let's begin. Did we outrun her? Seems so. I don't think she's giving chase. I think the goal is close by. I don't know what'll be up ahead, so I just want to get this out. I'm Ryotaro Sengoku, a younger brother of Chiko Usui, Mishiro's mother, and subordinate to her dad, Shinji Usui. Yeah. I knew about you a while back from New Year's cards Sis sent me. To be honest, I found you cute. Not exactly romantic, of course. I was captivated by your beauty, I guess. But when I asked my boss about you, I learned you'd been glum and moping as of late. And I know why. You injured someone in middle school and Sis kept you shackled ever since. That's right. My boss invited me over to your house, and I was honestly pumped to try and help you. It made me sad to imagine such a beautiful girl moping around. He says a word without a second of hesitation. No poking fun now, it's the end. Huh? But I died before it happened. We got caught in a fire in a building at work. A fire? Yeah, I was with your father after all that. Everything seemed kind of a surprise to me that. Partly by will, I became a soul and flew around to where you were, apparently. So for the year or so between my death and yours, my spirit was sort of haunting you. What? But I hardly even conscious thing, vaguely. For you see, ever since I saw your photo, I considered you someone beautiful and worth protecting. So even through death, I had the wish of getting to talk to you at least once. So that was your wish. So it was, thus it's been granted. By following you, I found stuff and realized wish came true. In fact, the moment I became aware of my wish, I felt I could free myself from this world anytime. So you're going. Well, I've come this far, I'd like to see your story to the end. Mishiro, the harsh circumstances you've had and the fact that you're dead now. I don't feel like it's irrelevant to me. I can't say you to go play with your parents. Just want you to know, your father worried over and regretted now how he was spending less time with you. He wasn't just weighing you and the other inheritance on a scale. Your mother was working with your father to obtain proof that the Usui fortune blessed thingy. Maybe she failed to control her strength, maybe she was calm. I'm here after the boss, and died, and go. I just want you to know that. It's probably too late to say now, though. Let's go on ahead. This is a door you're able to open. I'm sure there's something important to you here. If you're telling me that, then where should my wish to erase my existence go? Is Utsuro chasing you, Mishiro? Why in the world would she do that? My duty's been done. The rest is in your hands. Well, Utsuro's chasing me because I'm the new queen of this place. And she doesn't like that. I'm gonna enter now. Open the door. Huh? Hey. Ayato? Why are you here? Because this soul is necessary for granting your wish. Ah, jeez. Hello, me. I say you successfully broke all the mirrors. Your wish will soon come true and this world's purpose will be concluded. What do you mean? Well, hold on a second. All the actors are here. Actors? Whoa! I'm super tired. This mirror world revolves around you, Mishiro. You hold dominion over it. Once, a deceased girl wished at Mirror Lake. I wish my life had never even existed. It was a very strong wish, and to fulfill it, this mirror world was created. It was made solely to realize her wish. The other souls were just extras drawn into it. She should have granted her wish in this world she made, but she wasn't able to fulfill it, because she broke before she could. Just as she created this world, she lost everything, including her memories and her wish. So not knowing her purpose or who she was, she wandered this world and fell apart. That's in the past now. A concluded tale. Unable to achieve its goal, this world went on existing, sucking in souls who died near the lake with strong wishes. That was Utsuro Hinohara. Yes, she wanders this world even now. Sister. Several years ago, a girl threw herself into the lake. Amazingly, she had the same wish as the world's creator. So that this world could complete its duty, it chose a new soul to control it. And so, since you carried the same wish, you became the new ruler, usurping the originator. The wish the world sought to grant stayed the same. Only the person in the center of it was replaced. I was made the ruler of this world. The extra riffraff who feel jealousy towards you still see the broken originator as the rightful ruler. And maybe, broken though she may be, she's personally gotten in your way at times. Even so, you successfully broke all the mirrors without even wasting weeks or months being lost. You shattered and erased all remnants of you in the form of mirrors containing your past. Having recorded all your actions, I can attest to that. But it's not over just yet. This boy's soul is absolutely necessary for total erasure of your life, because he's simply too significant to you. Without eradicating his soul, your life can't be nullified. So it was none other than you who unconsciously bound his soul to this world, such that you could kill him by your own hand. You aren't telling me you have to kill Ayato. What's the problem? You may feel guilty for a second, but after that, you'll never have existed. Mishiro, you're still suffering. You do resemble my sister after all. Even as a soul, you have her same wish. If you kill me, you'll be free from your pain. Right after my death, your conflict will end. It's your world. You can make the choice. I don't know. I don't know what I should do. I've overcome a lot of obstacles coming here. I've looked back on my past and erased it. But is it really right to just make it so I never existed? Thinking back, it was a boring life. I wouldn't say it was entirely devoid of enjoyment. But if you asked whether I'd live the same life again, I'd absolutely refuse, without a doubt. In fact, if I had to say, I've come to hate it all. I wish my life had never even existed. And yet, I've learned that my mom and dad gave their best efforts for me, clumsy as they were. And I know there's a person who valued me, going so far as to come to this world to encourage me. Can I make all of that something that never happened? And that's not all. Seeing Yuzu and Utsuro, I had a thought. If Utsuro's life had never existed, what would become of Yuzu's feelings? Desperately turning to black magic, killing herself, and wandering this world for years, all to finally realize her wish to meet her again. What would come of that? I'll make the choice to grant that wish or not. But I want Utsuro to see this out too. Because it's her same wish, and this is her world I inherited. If only in pieces, learning about Utsuro from the mirrors has fulfilled the mirror's purpose. Ayato and Yuzu are both here. With these two, I'm sure we can get Utsuro's memory back. Indeed, maybe a little of it. Really? Sister. Memory. Listen. Listen, Utsuro Hinohara. You need to remember your birth, your death, and the one who loved you. Mishiro spoke at length of the things she'd seen and heard in this world. Her mother Tamaki, her father Rinzo, the Hinohara family she lived with, Yuzu. She spoke as Utsuro's mirror, all that she knew. I see. I haven't felt this in a long time. Utsuro. Yuzu, you fool. I told you to forget about me if I died. Well, I couldn't. Is it you, sister? It is Ayato, so even you ended up here. I didn't intend to hand the world over to you. I was even thinking of killing you to forcibly take back control. Even more so now that I've remembered my wish. I want to erase my mother, my true father, myself. But alas, I've become indebted. It's a fact that if you hadn't been here, my mind would have stayed fragmented forever. Do as you like, before I change my mind. My choice is... Don't grant it. I won't do it. I can't do it anymore. Dad's secret distress, Mom's painful effort, even Yotaro's unusual concern for me. I can't just make it all be gone, and that's not all. For every mirror I broke, I'll vanish from the lives of the people I knew. And I'll also vanish from Ayato's world. But then what did Ayato die for? What did Tamaki step on the accelerator for? If it were just me, then fine. But to control the feelings of the people around me, I have no right. That's not my wish anymore. Are you really sure about that? Whatever you think, whatever you know, it won't actually change anything. Are you still giving up your wish? I am. I see. The mirror world except abandoning the wish. Its reason for being ends here. Huh? This world can vanish when the ruler's wish is granted, or they abandon it with clear intent. It won't be left up in the air like with Utsuro. So will everyone here vanish? Except for you, Mishiro. To get straight to the point, you're not dead. Your soul has left your body, of course, but your body isn't actually dead. You drowned yourself, but as it happens, a passerby found you. They called it in right away, and though unconscious, you were saved. It was a failed attempt. Mishiro, when your soul leaves here, it'll be forced back into your body. But what you've done in this world won't be written off. The memories you erased by breaking the mirrors won't come back to you when you return to life. You didn't actually carry out your wish, so the actual past isn't gone, but your memories of it are. Maybe you'll remember talking with me a bit, but things like meeting me at the lake, are you still prepared to leave? Can you live in a world you've given up on living in once before? I'll live. Because I'm not dead yet. I don't want to just throw away the life you protected. And by discarding the wish I inherited from Utsuro, I think it'll honor Yuzu's feelings. I see. That's a relief then. I absolutely can't understand my sister's wish, but you've made the choice for her. It might sound sort of trite, but I want you to live my sister's share. I want you to prove that giving up that wish was the right thing to do. Smile for my sister. That's my dream too. I'll try my best. There are people who value you. There are people who'd be sad about your death. It may be a bit warped, admittedly, but I'm one of them. The world's not that much of a disappointment, you see. So, I've done my best to encourage you. You're really something, you know? You've really picked yourself back up. You went and learned not only your own wish, but mine, Yuzu's, and Utsuro's. Old Ryotaro won't say much more. Try to get along with his sis when you get back. Right. I'll try to face her. Thank you, Mishiro. Because of you, I could get my memories and my wish. I learned about Utsuro's birth and death, and got to talk with her once more. I'm satisfied now. I really am. Maybe returning to life won't mean happy things all the time, Mishiro. But I'm sure you can get up and walk again, since you've saved so many people here. Mishiro, leave incense or something at my grave. Think of it like saying hi. Okay, I'll be sure to find your grave. I lost from the moment I broke, I suppose. I won't pull any mischief. I can accept this result, though I can't say I'm entirely satisfied. Ayato, who adored me as his sister, and Yuzu, who needed me in her life. I'm glad for the fact that I could talk with the two of them one last time. Yet, I'll fade away still resenting that man Rinzo, that woman Tamaki. Surely I can be forgiven for that. That's true. Sorry for taking over your world. Sheesh. 7 years and it ends like this. As long as the ruler's satisfied, I suppose. Will Utsuro go to heaven too? Not sure about heaven or hell, but she'll go where she goes. That's good. I say ruler, but you're more of a usurper, actually. Mishiro, once you get back and things settle down, you should visit my atelier. It's not complete, of course, but I want you to see the painting you modeled for someday. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little scared about how much I'll forget, but I won't lose my time in this world. And I won't ever wish to erase the events to come. It's time to go. After that, I regained consciousness in a hospital bed. Apparently, I had been saved, and my soul returned safely from the mirror world. My mother was there, looking at me in a way I felt she hadn't in years. Mishiro, you're awake. Thank goodness. If I'd lost you too, I'm sorry. I drove you to this, didn't I? My mother was shocked by my suicide attempt, and apologized for her harsh discipline. My head felt hazy. I only remembered that she was my mother, who became very strict at some point. It took a lot to recognize that was real. And as I thought about it, fear and unease toward my mother came up from the gaps in my memory. But it's okay. Ryotaro had told me about the pressure on the Usuis, and how death attacks my mother's mind. Now that I was able to accept that, it was easy to hold my mother's hand. My brain had suffered memory loss, and I could no longer remember many past events. I remembered Ayato as someone important to me, but I had no concrete memories of him. I distinctly remembered talking in the mirror world, and felt considerable warmth from that alone. I clearly remembered Yuzu and Ryotaro too. I'd probably only met them in the mirror world. Mishiro Usui, is it? Hello, I'm Seichi Hinohara. A few days ago, I left the hospital. A man came to visit me. His name sounded familiar. Could you be Ayato's? Yes, thank you for getting along with Ayato. Seichi Hinohara was Ayato's father, which meant he was the one who married Tamaki, and he was the father who Utsuro grew up with. I'm not sure if I should be saying this, but I'm really glad you regained consciousness. The driver who sped toward you and Ayato, she's no longer with us. Her body was found at Mirror Lake, in a car that went up in flames. He meant Tamaki, his wife. But from Seichi's perspective, it would be impossible for me to know Tamaki. I felt it would be better to stay silent than to confuse him with unnecessary remarks. She was my wife. We met each other at school. She was a humble, art-loving, somewhat naive woman with a radiant smile. Her final sin came at the end of a long sorrow, but I won't ask you to forgive her. Still, if it's all right, Could you visit Ayato's grave sometime? Of course. Not only Ayato, but Utsuro and Tamaki. Now, maybe I could offer them prayers. It feels very nostalgic. I look at Ayato's painting. It might sound sort of trite, but I want you to live my sister's share. I want you to prove that giving up that wish was the right thing to do. Smile for my sister. That's my dream too. Okay, crap, that actually was amazing. That was good. That was really good. Doopy 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 doo.